What's up guys, and welcome back to Danny Plays. Today is another Inktober video, and I know I'm doing 4 and 5 on the 6, but I'm a little bit behind. I've been a little sick the last few days, so I apologize if my voice is off and that these videos are a little late, but I was busy and sick, so the first day of being sick, I didn't feel like doing anything. And then I tried to make up for it, so I'm gonna have to do 6 and 7 in a video similar to this one, and because I was already so late, I did have to take the quality down a little bit on the second one, just because I didn't have time, and I didn't have time to add a ton of extra stuff that I might have added usually, but you know, those extra details that I didn't add were probably stuff I wouldn't have added anyway, because that's just not my art style. That's just too much. Now, let me get into what I'm actually drawing right now. By the way, the topic for the one that I'm doing right now is knot. And I'm drawing a dragon, so knot might not make much sense. And by the way, I mean, I know you know this from the title, but just in case you didn't read the title for some reason and clicked on this video, it is knot as in like a tied rope. So the fact that I'm drawing a dragon doesn't make much sense, but I promise it will later. Now, I have to give a little credit where credit is due. Just like I used a picture of Samus to get the pose for the last one, I've used a art book called Drawing Dragons to get the pose for this one. Now, the pose in the book originally has the head up like I originally drew, but I've moved the head down because I think that fits the finished piece better. And I do have a little bit of a story for this one, and I guess this is in the thumbnail, so I'm not spoiling the drawing, so I might as well just get over with it. So basically, I'm not going to do this in the storyteller voice because I can't change my voice very much right now. So instead, I'm just going to kind of explain it. Basically, these dragon hunters have come along, and they found this sleeping dragon, and they rolled up these 2 big ballistas, and they've fired these arrows that have ropes attached to them, and they're anchored in the ground, so they've tied the dragon down, and now there's like knots, and they've created knots by intercrossing the ropes, so the dragon is tied down to the ground so that they can make armor from its scales or like weapons or something like Monster Hunter World style. And I messed with the face for a really long time. That's pretty much it for the story. Just monster hunters coming, essentially Monster Hunter World. They've come along, they found it sleeping and they tied it up using ballistas, which I'm drawing now. And I have to say, the ballistas, because I was so late again, I kind of rushed through them, so they're a little wonky, and I much prefer the first one to the second one. But I like how they both come out, and I like the method I used for putting them in the ground. I drew little squiggles to represent the dirt, and then erased the tip underneath the dirt to make it look like it's been dug in, and I think that worked really well. Unfortunately, in the video you can't really see where the terrain ends, but this is also like off the edge of a cliff. I guess I didn't really highlight that very well, because it's not dark enough, but essentially, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Essentially, we've got these ropes, and I'm not sure how I feel about this rope design. I like it, but I feel like it could have been a lot better, like especially on the first one, where it gets wider and stuff. A rope shouldn't do that. A rope should be pretty straight. So that was a bit of an odd placement. And something I just want to mention that's kind of funny is that this video features 2 drawings and ends up being 8 minutes because I sped it up to 8 times instead of 4 times. But I think it's funny that a video with 2 drawings is the second shortest of the drawing videos, and I should probably in the future make them shorter. Another reason that this took so long, I'm on the second prompt by the way, which was day 5, and day 5 is raven, so I tried to make like a monstrous raven. What was I saying before? Oh, I need to start making them shorter because one of the reasons this took a while to get up is because I was dealing with storage issues on my phone, and iMovie requires a lot of space apparently. So, yeah. But anyway, as for the drawing, I am not a fan of this one. I feel like it's too basic in the end. And I feel like I just don't have enough experience drawing birds in order to make this look good. So I like the way the first wing comes out, and in the end I do like the second wing too. Oh, and by the way, the reason I'm giving it spikes is, like I said, since this is Halloween, it's October, we're getting into Halloweeny month, I figure we gotta make this a bit spooky, so I give it a little spine, or I guess this would be like the opposite of a spine. The spine would be up at the top, so this is more of a rib cage, I guess, which I don't actually know if birds, but the spine is still in the wrong place, but I think it looks cooler this way, and that's all that matters in a drawing. You can bend reality as much as you want in a drawing. Anyway, yeah, I like the way the second wing comes out in the end, like I said, like, that's really nice. Ooh, also I like that pattern right there. Kind of looks like stitches, like this thing was made instead of is natural, like it was stitched together in some lab. And another reason that I struggled with the bird a little bit is because I have no experience with feathers. My only experience with feathers is on a feather dragon I drew once, and the only feathers on that dragon were on the head and tail, and they were not that great. So, I mean, I like the tail feathers, but anyway, yeah, so my feathers aren't that great in art, so day 10 is pick, and I think it means pick your own topic, and if I'm interpreting that wrong, I apologize, but it says pick, so I'm going to pick my own topic, and I think I'm going to draw a griffin, because I think a griffin would be cool, and it'll help me with my feathers and fur, honestly. I don't have much experience with fur either. So that's it for today's episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll have it up tomorrow. Bye.